minute questions. Envoy Linder King, you have spent the better part of the last 3 years both speaking to and trying to understand the Houthis and their rationale for their engagement in a variety of conflicts. Their rationale for these strikes is ridiculous on its face. They say this is connected to Israel's response in Gaza, and yet they are attacking ships indiscriminate of the ship's flag. This seems to have nothing to do with what is happening in Gaza. But it's really important that we understand what the reasons are for this engagement, what the Houthis' goals are, because it will help us shape a response and help us try to rebuild deterrence. So I'd appreciate you talking to the committee for a moment about why you think the Houthis have chosen to engage the United States and our allies in this way by attacking the shipping lanes in the Red Sea, and what you think the goals are of that engagement.
Well, thank you very much, Senator, and thanks for all of your support over the years for this effort that we've engaged on to bring a peace deal in Yemen. Very grateful for that. I think there are two factors that are driving the Houthis, at least. One is Gaza, in a sense, presented an opportunity for them that they felt they wanted to take advantage of, and I think they were, as we've both clearly said, goaded, encouraged, instructed, aided, abetted, assisted by the Iranians to take the fight to the Red Sea. And I think they have had an opportunity to put some of the weapons that they've been able to accumulate over the years on display, both through the attacks on civilian infrastructure in Israel at the beginning of this conflict and now on the Red Sea, testing all of these items that they have been able to either receive from the Iranians in violation of UN Security Council resolutions or to construct in their own country with the parts that are smuggled in on these dhows. And I think they have sought, as you note, Senator, to link this to the Gaza situation. It is entirely an illegitimate linkage. And you rightly point out they're attacking ships in a reckless manner, including those that have...
Witness will suspend. Committee will be in order.
Including those destined, they even attacked one ship that was loaded with corn for Iran. They've attacked Russian ships, Chinese ships. They've engendered a huge amount of international enmity as a result of that. And I think you see that reflected in the number of countries who are speaking out in various ways about the problem. But I think the fact that they continue this and have said publicly that they will not stop until there's a ceasefire in Gaza is an indication that we're not yet at the point, unfortunately, where they do intend to dial back.
Ambassador Shapiro, the administration has largely pointed to general Article 2 authorities as their justification for this military campaign. I know that you don't serve in the DoD's General Counsel office, but this looks to me like war in every bit of the constitutional sense. We have engaged in multiple rounds of strikes. We have a limited number of boots on the ground. We have taken casualties. We have prisoners. I'm having a hard time understanding why this does not require a traditional congressional war authorization. So maybe you can speak for a moment about the administration's legal basis for these ongoing strikes.
Thank you, Senator. U.S. forces maintain the ability to defend themselves when attacked. U.S. forces maintain the ability to defend themselves when they're operating lawfully on the world's oceans, and they have the right, and indeed they have the obligation to defend and protect U.S. shipping that comes under attack from various sources, including piracy, when they're transiting international waters. The President did direct the deliberate strikes consistent with his Article 2 authority as Commander-in-Chief to protect and defend U.S. personnel and certain partners. The strikes are also necessary and proportionate actions in the exercise of the United States' inherent right of self-defense, reflected in Article 51 of the United Nations Charter. Beyond that, I'd certainly defer to colleagues in the Office of the General Counsel. On appropriate occasions, the President has forwarded to the Congress a report consistent with the War Powers Resolution, but I'll defer to my colleagues to go further.
Senator Young.